Turkey 2, Austria 1. What an absolutely amazing, a top class knockout game we have been served up here at Euro 2024. End-to-end, high-quality attacking football. Both nations leaving nothing on the table, giving it their all. The Turks come out on top. Another Turkish delight here in Germany, and I can hear it. The windows open here in our studio in Germany. You can hear the horns and the beepers on the cars as the Turkish here in Germany celebrate profusely. And look, they deserve it. They have been astoundingly good, barring that Portugal game where they kind of came unstuck and lost their heads. They've had a very good tournament, playing progressive, modern, attacking, flamboyant football. 2 goals today for Demirel from corners, from set pieces. Their first set piece goals of the tournament, and what a time to get them. Look, the Austrians fought back. The Austrians gave their all. But at the end, what Merts, I think it's pronounced Merts. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, please somebody educate me. What a save. What a save. He had a good one in the first half. But the save in the second, in the last minute, that was Gordon Bank-esque. That was absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. And they didn't just deserve to win. They were the better team, in my view, overall in the game. And it wasn't just a decent team. Austria, in round 1, the group stages of this tournament, impressed everybody. They demonstrated they were not just another hipster team. They were not just another fancied side to create some controversy, win some games they're not meant to. They delivered against that. They came up against Turkey, though. Turkey, just like Austria, have shocked a lot of people at this tournament that maybe don't follow Turkish football as closely as other nations, and they came out on top with an outstanding performance again. They deserve their place in that quarterfinal. They go up against the Netherlands, and that is anybody's game. And I, for one, cannot wait to soak in the atmosphere of that game over the course of this weekend. Call the game at the end with yourselves as well. I want your views. I want your opinions. Please smash the like button. Please make sure you are subscribing to the Football Terrace as well. As you know, I am now here in Germany to hopefully see England, but some nation lift up this bad boy, to lift this up in a couple of weeks' time, under 2 weeks' time. Under 2 weeks' time, that trophy is going to be lifted. Who's going to do it? Nobody knows right now, but I am very excited about these quarterfinals that are coming up. And Blue Lion says it here, and he's right. The save was insane. It was ridiculous, in fact. It was out of this world. It was phenomenal. Those saves, and it wasn't just how good the save was. It's the timing of the save, what was going on, what it has led to for his team. That is, he will dine out. He will dine out on that for the rest of his life, and fair play to him. TKA here says, Vamos, Turkey. And they deserved it. They thoroughly deserved it. And they've been, listen, I said it a few weeks ago, you know, the boys here, KJ and Dre and Dizzy, they were essentially adopted by the Turkish fans before the Portugal game, giving them shirts, getting them into getting them in and around the ground. I've got a lot of friends that are Turkish, a lot of people in my life that are close to me that are Turkish, and I love to see them do well. I really do. And they've had a torrid time in the last decade or so in terms of getting to tournaments, delivery at them. 2008 was pretty good, but since then it's been hard. And look, I've said this has been the tournament for the underdogs, and we know Spain and Germany are the 2 current favorites. You've got Switzerland, you've got Turkey out there who are still fighting strong for the underdogs as it stands, and fair play to them. Yes, I am in Germany. I am in Germany. I'm here. You're going to start seeing hopefully some really good content from us coming over the next few days and weeks. We just set up we're staying in like an apartment, all the guys. We just set up a little makeshift rig, really, so we could do some of these live match reactions. But we're going to have straight facts from here for you tomorrow. We're going to have the top 6 show from here. Hopefully going to try. We don't know how this is going to work. Because of your brilliant donations and some of our fantastic sponsors, we've invested in some equipment so we can go to actual locations and hopefully live stream for you. We don't know how it's going to look. We don't know how it's going to come across, but we're just trying to push some of the boundaries at the football terrace. And that's because of you, beautiful, wonderful people. When is Terry coming to Spain to visit the Camp Nou? One day. Did you travel to Germany just to see England get battered by Switzerland and knocked out? Well, no, not just for that. I've come here to enjoy Germany. I've come here to watch the other teams. Come on now. I need to be bitter and angry. The country of Turkey yearns for this. And I agree. I think they most certainly have. The Turkish people that I know in my life are so patriotic, so passionate, are so in love with their nation. And I love seeing patriotic people. I love seeing individuals who support their country through thick and thin, especially when it comes to sport. I love seeing people that are desperate for their nation to do well, but support them all the same. And they've been a breath of fresh air in this tournament. They've scored some amazing goals. They've played some wonderful football. It's a fair play to the Turkish team. They thoroughly deserve it. For the cameras, he should have caught it. Oh, my God. Terry, let me tell you, as a 300-pound man who quit football, Chelsea are not doing well. This Euro 2024 has motivated me to get fit and back playing. I love this Euros. Well, look, fair play to you. Whatever it is, the motivation for you to try and get fit and to feel better within yourself, fair play to you. This Euros has been brilliant. I will say I've been a little bit shocked by the online activity surrounding the Euros. There's not very many content creators out here. There's not really, the fan. What's really interesting? The boys have been in and amongst all the fans for 2 weeks. We've put out some great content. Some of it's done really, really well. But, there's been very little trouble. There's been great unity. And so little of it is being reported on, so little of it is being shown. There doesn't seem, I've loved it, but it doesn't seem to be the same buzz around this Euros as other tournaments in recent years. And it's a little bit of a shame because I think from a footballing perspective and an entertainment point of view, it's been one of the best I've ever witnessed. Yes. Listen, I look at the whole Turkish team and some of them might end up getting some moves out of this. I don't know how that's going to pan out in the grand scheme of things. But their overall team, it's just been, Yilmaz has really impressed me. Of course, there's been so many individuals that have just been sensational. Absolutely sensational. They really, really has. So many of them have been killing it. Let's have a look at some more of your comments that are coming through here. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please get that done, my people. Goalkeeper save at the end. Just phenomenal. And as football fans, soak it in, enjoy it, because you may not see saves of that ilk, save of that. You may not see one as good as that for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from this point. And I'd say that you'll see saves as good as that in isolation, but not at that particular moment of a major international tournament to put your team through to the next round. Almost the last touch of the ball. The context of everything makes it even better. The Netherlands should be able to beat Turkey. Look, on paper, the Netherlands should be able to beat Turkey. And the Netherlands were much better today than they have been in other games so far in this tournament. But that game is by no means a foregone conclusion. I don't think it's right just to say the Netherlands are the favorites for that quarterfinal, there's no doubt. But Turkey have a real, genuine, credible chance of making it through to that semi-final, which will be against either Switzerland or England. They really, really do. The left back is insane. Clutch moment. Absolutely clutch. Clutch beyond belief. Clutch beyond belief. Do you travel all the way with that trophy in your car? Please tell me it got the front seat. Now, it was on one of the back seats with David, but it did have a seatbelt on. So I didn't want it to get broke. But yes, of course, I took it with me. Why would I not take it with me? That would be very strange not to. I'm seeing some big tears in the next round. Of course, you're going to see that. Of course, you're going to see big tears. I mean, you're going to see either Germany or Spain go out. You're going to see either Portugal or who's the other side? Who are Portugal playing? Why can't I remember? I don't know who Portugal are playing. My brain has gone absolutely dead. You guys are before I'm actually searching it now. I should know, but I've forgotten. Before I actually get who's going to write it. France. There we go. You're going to see either Portugal or France go out. Spain or Germany go out. England or Switzerland go out. Turkey or the Netherlands. There's going to be 4 teams in tears. Of course there are. That means it's just that's it. You're not going to be able to get away from that. There's going to be 4 teams in absolute floods and floods and floods and floods and floods and floods of tears. And rightfully so. It matters so much to these people. It really does. England or Switzerland? Switzerland right now. They've been the better team throughout the tournament. And there's if we get word today or tomorrow that Southgate's going to change it up, I might change my mind. But as of right now, you've got to go with Switzerland for that game. Judging by the way France have played recently, I don't see them beating Portugal comfortably. I don't think anybody's winning a quarterfinal game comfortably. I believe all 3 games are going to be open. I believe all 3 games are going to have opportunities for both sides. Each game has a favorite, but there are no foregone conclusions in any of these matches. Nope. As much as I make Switzerland as an example, the favorites over England, they're not buying away the favorites to a point where there is 0 chance of England being able to go through. That would be my view on that. I've got England and the Netherlands semi-final. Netherlands go through. Spain gets out with a defeat from Germany. France beat Portugal. Listen, that could certainly happen. Big up yourself, Mr. Hood. Greetings to you over there in Turkey. Switzerland are bopping England. They very much could. All 4, Terry, is 4 games. Not 3. Okay, if I misspoke, I misspoke. You will know exactly what I mean. It's Freudian slip, that's all. I don't see Turkey, England, or Switzerland beating the Netherlands. I think you could definitely say that the Netherlands are the favorites on this out of this side of the draw now to get to the final, but all those teams can beat them. That's what I would say. Nobody's unbeatable at this tournament, in my very humble opinion. I've got Sard and Sam coming on now to have their say, to give us their thoughts and their feelings on that match. Make sure you've hit that like button if you've not done so already. Sam, Sard, welcome back to the show. Another epic knockout game in this tournament. We have the quarterfinal set up, but tonight, Hussam, the Turks were brilliant once more.
Yes, this was a beautiful game of football, and I think it's funny because over the last kind of 48 hours, it's been the day of the goalkeepers, because we have to sometimes give credit. We can sit here and we can say, the goal from the corner and this happened and that happened, but we all need to take a step back and we all need to say it as it is. That corner at the end, and then the rebound comes out to the Austrian player and he crosses it in and it goes into the penalty box. Baumgartner is looking straight at the goalkeeper, and that save right there, I don't want to exaggerate. Maybe you could say this is a slight exaggeration, but I think this is one of the best football saves we have seen in a really long time. And you know what's the first thing that came to my mind when I saw that was the Gordon Banks save. That's how impressive that shit was. The guy, it's the same exact thing, Sad, it's at the tip of the goal, and the guy fully extends his whole body to just clear it out the way. That Baumgartner header was an incredible header, but that was an unbelievable save. You have to listen. There's a reason why as soon as the 90th minute went, all the players ran to go knock. That exact second. There's a reason why Terry put his name in the title, because without that save, Turkey are out. That's how incredible and amazing that save was. And I think, look, on the grand scheme of things, I would say, obviously, Turkey kind of went a bit defensive at the end and, didn't really attack and stuff, which is you would expect anyway. Turkey went a bit defensive at the end and stuff like that. But on the overall run of play, I would say probably Turkey deserved to win. And I'm not gaslighting. I'm not saying any of that stuff. It was a phenomenal game of football. I think today we were served the dose of entertainment we were kind of waiting for. I know Saad is the exact same. Specifically people like me, myself and himself who do like watch-alongs and shit. Last thing we need is a boring-ass game. So today's game were incredible, both the Netherlands one and this one. But for me, Turkey are proving once again that they're not going to be easy. And look, here's the thing. I asked on this stream, on a match reaction stream, who is the dark horse? Is it Switzerland? Is it Austria? And we had a conversation. We opened up that kind of worms. We spoke about it. The truth is Switzerland did their job. But Austria didn't. And you could argue that Switzerland had a tougher opponent. Actually, not you could argue. It's actually very honest to say. Switzerland had a much more tough opponent than Italy, that is, than Austria did. And I think sometimes, and I know people will say, what kind of reverse psychology you're saying, Hussam, but it's the truth. Sometimes if you're like a team that's an underdog, you would rather face a more difficult team than an easier team, if you know what I'm saying. Like everyone was talking about Austria like they're the dark horse, and then Turkey pulled up. Maybe if Austria were facing a France or a Belgium or someone like that, they'd have played better, in my opinion, than against the Turkey, because all pressure was on them now. Because if I ask the entire planet, Terry, Saad, everyone in the chat, pre the game, I'm like, okay, guys, who do you expect to win today? Everyone just said Austria. Everyone would have said Austria. So the fact that they came up against someone that they are expected to beat added a different element of pressure. Congratulations to Turkey. Congratulations to any Turkish person watching. You have a phenomenal team, and you deserve to win today.
Listen, I agree with so much of what you said there. And the save, yes, you will see loads of good saves every season, but you have to apply the context, the moment, the situation, the timing. It was just absolutely out of this world. It truly, truly was. And, with everything that's gone on so far, for Turkey at this tournament, they could have collapsed and thrown things away after they had that humbling defeat at the hands of Portugal. But they've just bounced back. They've kept on going. They lost, their best midfield player today through suspension. They kept on going. They had more players booked in the game. They kept on going. It's just been great. And before I do go to Saad, I want to speak to Orchy here, who obviously is Turkish. Congratulations on the victory tonight, my friend. Give us your thoughts and feelings, buddy.
Cheers, mate. Turkey can be a little bit like Spurs. They can get Spursy and like throw it away. So I was a bit worried about what kind of performance we were going to get out of them. On their night, if they play to their strengths, Turkey really can give a game to anybody. They really can. And I think same, goes with the Holland game. I think they can definitely push the Dutch all the way. But yeah, anyway, tonight, but really, I think pretty much most of the players really gave their best. Some of the standout performances, certainly Yilmaz, Arda, they're all really putting a good shift there. And obviously what a great start in the first minute, getting a goal. I think that really calmed their nerves, because the thing about Turks, they get really nervous, and they, those nerves usually end up shooting themselves in the foot. But the fact that they got that early goal, I think that really kind of calmed them down. And then they were really able to then kind of at times boss the game. And like Hussam just previously said, I think in the last sort of 10 to 15 minutes, I would say they got a bit too defensive. I would have liked to have seen them, push a bit more, but the rain didn't help either. That once that rain really started coming down, it got me nervous, because that's when you get mistakes. That's when you get you know, defenders, balls bouncing off defenders and feet and stuff. But yeah, they managed to hold on and they, you know, completed the job. You know, again, 2 fantastic, you know, goals, well created goals, you know, and yeah, just really happy, mate. Just really happy that, you know, we're still in it.
Yeah, listen, I absolutely hear everything you said there, and you should be happy. Your players stepped up, and look, and I want to say this with all due respect, Turkey don't have out and out the best individual players at this tournament, but as a team, you know, yourselves, along with the likes of Switzerland and Georgia and some others, on a pound for pound level, have been scintillating at this tournament. And of course, the one, there's a slight caveat to what I'm about to say. Barring England, who are on the same side of the draw as you, I want nothing more than to see Turkey now go all the way, you know, to the final and maybe pull off a shock in the same way Greece did 20 years ago. I mean, wouldn't it be ironic if Turkey played Portugal in the final and it happened to them again? And there is still a chance of this happening. And I think, you know, Hassan will tell you, we've covered and done match reactions to pretty much every single game at this tournament, and we've said for a while now, nobody's formidable, everybody's beatable, and there are favorites, of course, but anyone remaining in this tournament now could win it, in my opinion. I think all of them are capable.
I disagreed with Terry at the start. Now I completely am on his side. I'm not doing this whole, oh my God, this team is unbeatable. I don't believe anyone's unbeatable. I genuinely think Turkey can win this whole thing. I'm being dead serious. Like, listen, even Georgia had chances against Spain, and that was probably the weakest matchup, Spain versus Georgia. So everyone has a chance. By the way, me and you shared the screen once, and it was after Spurs lost 4-1 to Chelsea. And you cooked me that day, and you were really upset. But now look who was right on Spurs, number 1. Number 2, you could have sworn you're Turkish, and I wouldn't have believed you. That's the crazy part. I would have never guessed Turkish. That's the last country I would have guessed. You look more Swiss than Turkish.
Which is crazy.
Well, I grew up in London, Hussam. I lived in London for 30 years. I've only been back in Turkey about 4 or 5 years now, so that's probably why.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but you know what? Does the name not give it away to you, Hussam?
No, I don't know. With all due respect, I didn't catch his name that day because he was busy. He was busy doing. He was busy doing that. When I was telling them, warning them about Spurs, they didn't want to listen. But hey,
because I mentioned the name Hussam because the other day you questioned whether Giuseppe was Italian.
Hey, the Giuseppe curse. You need to be very scared of that, Terry. You know the Giuseppe curse. Arsenal. Sad, let it go. Arsenal, Italy, and now England. So, you know, I'm just saying he needs one more to complete the trifecta. I'm just warning you.
That's worrying me. Now you've said that, I am worried. Saad's obviously joining us as well. Another brilliant game at this tournament. Give us your thoughts and feelings on it, mate.
Hadi Turkey, hadi Turkey, hadi Turkey. Oh my God, what a game. What a game. Firstly, I was one of those people that thought that they were going to get slapped. I thought Turkey were going to get slapped. Bro, I'm so glad they proved me wrong, bro. That Demiral, firstly, yeah, respect. Respect. Man of the match. Man of the match. Tackles, he was there. Blocks, he was there. The goals, he scored both of them. Like, bro, this guy had an amazing game. He was crazy. Demiral, I've never seen him perform like that. I've seen him play for Juventus. I've never seen him perform to that level where he's just everywhere. He's helping out from the front, and he's down in the back getting dirty and trying to just getting in there, bro, and just trying to do a madness, bro. You know what I mean? So listen, big up to him. Big up to the Turkish team. I think Turkey did amazing today, man. Amazing. They fought their battles in the first half. I thought that they were the better team. I thought that they had the better attacks. They looked more dangerous. They could hit them at every time. Also, another one I need to speak about. I know you said about Yilmaz, bro. This guy pissed me off so much.
I called him,
bro. You know it, bro. You need to be more clinical, bro. You need to just think about what you're doing. Because that last time when he shot the ball, I was like, bro, why are you shooting? There's someone right there, just free, bro. You
imagine the Gunok save if that went in because Yilmaz can't finish. Imagine,
bro. It's crazy. So listen, Turkey, I've got nothing but love for them, man. Listen, my Muslim brothers, so I'm always gonna support any team that's a Muslim brother to me. So I'm always gonna support them. But listen, I've got nothing but love for the Turkish people. I got two mates who are Turkish as well, so they were with me when Morocco was doing the madness. So I'm damn well here with them. Do you know what I mean? So I'm
listen,
I'm so glad.
and we've all got different reasons to support Turkey. Like, I've got Turkish friends as well, but equally, like, without Turkey, I don't have a head of hair, so I have to support these men. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really important. It's really important. I get behind.
I love it, man.
Ain't no way
guys.
Terry just said that's the reason he supports Turkey. I thought he was going to go down the underdog route, but he went.
If you ever lose your teeth, if you ever lose your teeth, they can get your teeth sorted out as well.
My lawyer is also Turkish, so like I got a lot of Turkish people in my life. So do you know what I mean? So it's no, look, I hope they, barring England, of course. Like, I actually would like, because I don't know if you guys maybe Sar's a bit too young to remember. Orchy does. England versus Turkey is a feisty affair. It's an amazing. It doesn't happen very often, but it's amazing. And the last time I watched an England-Turkey game, it wasn't even the main team. It was England under-21s versus Turkey's under-21s at Brisbane Road, Leighton Orient's ground back in the 90s. It was a madness. And I do think being here in Germany, with a lot of English here, a lot of Turkish people that live here and traveling here, that as a semi-final from a atmospheric point of view will be. So that's who I hope the semi-final is. Turkey versus England would be insane. Insane.
It would be.
Wait, so just
historically though.
And then the other, who they play the winner of who? Switzerland, England.
Yeah. Holland, Turkey.
So we're gonna get Spain versus
Switzerland.
France or Portugal on the other side as well.
Yeah. It's gonna be crazy.
That's
or Germany.
Quarterfinals, let's go. Come on, Terry, don't do that. You know my Spaniards are destroying.
Yeah. You're about to say something about the historically, Orchy. What were you about to say?
No, historically, mate. I remember when I was in secondary school, whenever England played Turkey, it would be like 8-1 to England, 9-1 to England, 9-0, 8-0s. You know, I used to get roasted at secondary school. I used to hate it every time, you know, they played. But then, then something happened in the early 2000s was really the peak of Turkey's, you know, like international team. If you remember, we came third in the World Cup. Was it 2002 World Cup? Was it? Or I can't remember which one it was. We started the group with Brazil. And in that World Cup, I think, was it 98 World Cup or 2002? I can't remember. You have to look it up.
2002 is when you got to the quarter semis, semis, right?
Yeah. Turkey came third, and that was like our golden generation. And then after that, it just kind of went down a little bit. And then, like you said, sort of after sort of the late 2000s, Turkey just, you know, we've been through a really, really tough, like, our international players weren't doing too well, but we seem to kind of have bounced back again. There's another new kind of generation now that are, you know, they're doing better. A lot of the players are playing, you know, in like Germany, and obviously Arda moved from Fenerbahce to Real Madrid. So he's kind of like the big star now that everyone's kind of banking on to hopefully make it. Well, he's the first Turkish player to win a Champions League. So there you go. So, you know, he's a young player. So a lot of people are, you know, putting a lot of hope on him, you know, being a superstar at Real Madrid. So it kind of, you know, it goes in cycles, doesn't it? So we seem to be in another cycle.
But even today, like, you could see Arda Güler, like, for a player of his age, how young he is, you could see him dictating where everybody needs to go. Go over there. You need to run over there. Make that run. Position yourself over there. Stay back. Like, you could see him telling them what to do. And these guys are like older than him, bro. But they're older than him, and he's still saying, just relax, make the run. He's saying, that guy, move over there, make a passing lane for me so I can pass to you. Like, bro. This kid is like way too old in mind, for what
Mhm.
his actual age
And
is,
that's
man.
why
And the
Real
fact-
Madrid signed him, Saad.
Yeah,
Real Madrid ain't out here signing no random youngster. Like
Yeah.
they ain't about to do that. Like when they sign a
Yeah.
youngster, he's special. That's just kind
Yeah.
of how it goes. So, but he need to go
also,
somewhere where he gets a bit more. When I say go somewhere, I don't mean leave Real Madrid. I mean just go on loan to a
Yeah.
football club where he can get a bit more football. Because I think that will help him in the long term. And not to make it about Arsenal, but it is true. Maybe 10 years ago, you could say Guler and Odegaard kind of had the same, PR at their young
Yeah.
ages. Like
Yeah.
it was looked at as Odegaard is the next big thing and shit. And I remember because at the time it was reported by the news that Liverpool wanted him and Arsenal wanted him and United wanted him and Madrid wanted
Everyone
him.
was in him.
He ended up choosing Madrid, but he never really got any game time till he kind of moved on loan to Sociedad, done this, done that. And I'm not saying Guler is going to have the same exact trajectory, but the only way you can become better as a football player factually is by playing games of football. So if he could find a way to get a loan move, maybe in the same league.
He needs to have his Sociedad moment. That's what he needs
Yes,
to have.
Sociedad, Sevilla, Valencia, that
Yeah.
type of stuff, Villarreal. Go to one of those clubs, cook over there.
Yeah,
And then if he's really good, he'll start at Madrid.
Game time is key. There's a super here that says that save though, that's the match winner. Well, in the end, yes. I mean, it was just phenomenal. One of the best you'll see at Euros ever. Man here says everyone left could make the final. On one side, all questionable quality. The other side, more or less equally good. That's what's true about it. On England and Turkey's side, there is a solid argument for everybody going through, and that's based on underdogs of sort of underdogs of Turkey. Switzerland probably being the best performing and most consistent team out of all the teams left on our side. England probably have the best team on paper, and the Dutch have been, when they've been good at this tournament, they've been great. When they've been poor, they've been poor. I think there's an argument for all. And on the other side, I know that Hassam thinks that Spain are going to win, but it's 4 really good teams. So not that Portugal and France have been amazing at this tournament, but listen, the quarterfinals.
We're gonna get an underdog winning on this side, Terry. Listen, it's not gonna be England, Netherlands. I don't think that's a thing. It's either gonna be England, Turkey, or Netherlands, Switzerland. You know what I'm saying? I think one of them is gonna win. I don't think both of them go out. It's not gonna be the spicy fixtures that everyone wants. We're gonna have an underdog on the semi, because on the other side, it's all hell break loose. There is no such thing as an underdog. There is no such thing. It's like a Royal Rumble on the other side. Because if it's like Spain versus Portugal, there is no underdog. If it's Spain versus France, the same. Germany versus France, Germany versus Portugal. Either way, it's gonna be a fire matchup on the other side. But on this one, I think one of the big boys goes out in the quarterfinal.
It's all heavy hitters, bro.
Yeah,
it's all heavy hitters, bro.
I think there's a bigger possibility of the Netherlands going out than England, in my opinion. Because the one thing about England is they're defensively solid. Listen, we can shit on Southgate as much as we want, and it's true, he's a shit manager. But the reality is they're defensively really solid, and I think that will help them in the longer run. Because Netherlands, even today, Romania created chances, and the way that they play is just so weird because of Coleman.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. He keeps taking off Ake and keeps making weird decisions. It just makes no sense.
Do you know what I find really interesting? I mentioned the 4 teams on England's side, and I said how that Turkey are the underdogs, but they're performing well. Switzerland have been the best performers. England on paper have the better team. Football's not one on paper, Terry. Exactly. That's why we've just said there's a weird. it's literally the point I'm making. England on paper, you would say, oh, they're going to the final, but because it isn't played on paper and we're performing so badly, that is exactly what that statement implies. That statement is implied you're good on paper, but you're not performing for about 70 years in football. You don't need to say it's not played on paper. That's literally the point of that statement. Just to let you all know.
That always happens to you. I don't know why people always do this to tell. Why do you always take one small bit of what he says, and not even listen to the whole point, bro? You just take that one bit and say, hold on a minute, football's not played on paper.
I think there are many people who probably are massive partakers of the yoga movement, because they twist the shit out of statements. I've never seen someone fight logic so much as Terry. Like he just logical
it's crazy,
statement. And
but
then people
it's not even that. Like I've done some transfer videos this week where Arsenal have featured and Chelsea have featured and United and Spurs and a few others, and I get the same group every video. Why do you only do videos about Arsenal? I'm like, bruv, 4/5 of this video not about Arsenal. You just get some weirdos out there, I suppose. Some of them are trolls, and I do kind of get it. But yeah, it's when somebody says anybody could go through. This team's doing that team's doing that. England are the best on paper, but haven't been performing well. That's quite literally stating football's not played on paper, you silly sausages.
Would it shock you if Switzerland beat England, Terry? Would it be a shock?
Look, so I can hear a German Shepherd barking. It makes me miss my dog. I know a German Shepherd bark a mile away. It's look, no. So what I will say is this: no team that's remaining in this competition that wins their quarterfinal is it a shocking result. So I don't think anyone left in it is such a massive underdog that it's shocking now if they win. Does that make sense? So but I would say right now the Netherlands and Switzerland are the two favorites on this side of the draw. Marginally, they're the two favorites, but I honestly can't call it right now, and maybe I've got to have a think about it over the next 24 to 48 hours. But genuinely, on this side of the draw, I'm not convinced. On the other side of the draw, I believe Portugal and Spain go through to the semi-finals.
Oh, that's going to be a derby in the semis as well.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, it will be. I just feel that those will be the two teams that will go through. In my view, where on England's side, I'm genuinely so torn. I know who the favorites are, but I find it hard to make a prediction because there's a real solid argument for all of them, in my view.
I actually think Turkey are going to win against the Netherlands. I know it's a mad take, but I actually think they're going to beat them. I think today they were missing Kanahoglu, who is a very important player for them. Okay, he's a very important player, and he plays in the midfield. If you miss one of your important players, who is especially a midfielder and somebody who normally dictates play and everything goes through him, that's something that you need to watch out for. I think next game, the only thing is a couple of their players got yellow cards today, and they're going to be missing for the next game. Both of them, the two that got the yellow cards, they're going to be missing for the next game. So now he has to try. I forgot the guys' names. Let me get it for you.
You mean for Turkey today?
Yeah, Turkey.
To be honest with you, I wish
got
they would
yellow
have
cards.
abolished that rule. That's the cringiest rule in football ever.
Orkun Koshku.
I think he also did his hamstring. Orkun. I think Orkun also did his hamstring as well. Anyway.
Yeah.
Remember,
he's
did that
clearance
as
well. And Yuksak as well. He's their DM. I think he's played every single game of the tournament.
Yeah, but remember, Çalhanoğlu didn't play
he's
today,
out as well.
So he'd just get back into the team.
Yeah. But
yeah,
listen, I think they can do it, man. The thing is with the Netherlands, they waste too many chances. I know they scored today and they scored a load of goals, but they still missed too many chances, man. These guys are still way too.
What does this? Hang on, sorry. What does this comment mean? This says here, England is not going out to the Swiss. I'm sorry. This fake Moroccan is giving these silly takes. The Dutch are way too on it. So I'd allow it.
It stinks of just somebody who's Dutch who said who makes it out like as if I'm going up against them, bro.
He's
relax.
Norwegian.
I said, okay, he's Norwegian. I don't even know why he's back here. Why are you clapping cheeks? Why are you twerking for the Dutch so bad, bro? You're acting like they can't be beaten, bro. You're acting like they can't be beaten. This man was like, oh my god, the Dutch are way too in it, bro. What do you mean? Like as if it's something outrageous to say, bro. They
You know what's mad about that comment, San? Look, Van Dijk is the Netherlands captain, so by definition, I want them to do well. And because I know Hamza as well, he's gonna somehow make it Van Dijk's fault, even though Ake plays in the same team. Here's what I'll say: Netherlands are definitely beatable. We're not just gonna put past the Austria game and ignore that one. We're not just gonna ignore what happened on the group stages. You get me? They scraped past Poland in the first game. You know, the France game was the deadest game of the whole comp. And to be honest, the two shit teams are actually from the same group. France and Netherlands have impressed me the least from this whole quarterfinal list of people. I'm gonna be so honest with you. If I'm saying least impressive, it's those two teams. Netherlands could definitely be beaten. I mean, even today, when you think about it, when it was 1-0 to Netherlands, big up Gakpo, it's my forward right there. When it was 1-0 to Netherlands, Romania had kind of like 4 chances. There you are.
There you are, Nick. There you are. I'm supporting my brothers, yeah. So let me be, yeah. Today I am 1/5 Turkish, yeah. So please let me be, yeah. There's Turkey somewhere.
Do you guys know this dude?
Yes.
Yeah, Nick. He's a good one, man.
You say it's a good one. He makes videos like slagging me off all the time, but he watches all my shows. He does videos being very detrimental about Mr. Terry Flewers, but never, ever takes me up on the offer of coming on and saying it to my face.
Nick,
But if you guys know him,
send you the link.
can.
You want to come on, Nick?
Not now. I am too tired to talk to him. I'm going to bed in a minute. I'm exhausted. We'll do it another time. Like
Another time, I'll send you the link, Nick.
Yeah, let's get him on. Just let him know. He's challenged me on some things. But you boys know I'll be very respectful. It's not about getting him on to make him look silly or anything. It'd be good to have a chat. And no, don't call him names. It's fine. People could call me out for stuff. It's fine. I'm not a baby. But we can have a grown-up conversation about it. Don't make videos about me. Come on my channel and have a chat. Do you know what I mean? And I'll clickbait the title up and everything.
For everyone, to be fair.
Yeah, that's what Terry will do. Terry's gonna clickbait that title, heated in fire emoji. Heated.
Do you want to know a really interesting fact? Do you want to
man.
Do you want to know a really interesting fact? When you hit 100K subscribers, you don't just automatically get the plaque. A review goes on for about 4 weeks, where YouTube human beings review your channel to make sure that your thumbnails and your titles represent what's inside the content of your video, especially on your biggest viewed videos. You don't get the plaque if YouTube, who own the platform you're on, consider your channel to be misleading. So just want to put that out there for some factual information for people, and you don't get verified with it as well. I just want to say, just want to put that out there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Look, I want to say thank you to every single person who's tuned in today. We're back tomorrow. We're doing straight facts. I'll be here in Germany doing it. We're going to try and find some really good locations to film in. The equipment we've bought, by the way, we bought a battery with us so we can hopefully do some live streaming outside. This thing was so heavy, bruv. I didn't think we were getting through customs. Like the back of this van I'm driving in was so low, bruv. It looked like a rapper's car. It was so low.
You traveled by car, right?
Yeah, we drove by van, but the equipment was so heavy, bruv. And honestly, and I was packing it. I was loading it last night, 2 a.m. in the morning, loading it into the van. Then I had to leave at 5 a.m. this morning. I missed the shuttle
how long
twice.
did it take you to get there?
So from door to door, it's just mad, right? Door to door, it took an extra hour and a half because I missed the first 2 shuttles. First one, we got there a little bit too late. And the next one, passport control took too long. And we missed it. So that hour and a half was annoying because we missed it by an hour and a half. But if you take that out, it was only like 5.5 hours until we got to Duisburg where we're staying. And then to go 3.5 miles took an hour and 10 minutes.
You survived 5.5 hours with Tom Little?
Yeah.
Oh my days! Someone give him a Nobel Peace Prize award because I wouldn't have been able to do that.
It was in fairness, me and David were just ripping into him. To be fair, we were just ripping into him. Do you know what I mean? So it was, David, yeah, David and Tom with me in a motor the whole time.
That's an achievement right there.
But we got to the apartment, and Dizzy, KJ, and Dre are in a room, and then there's a room with 3 beds in it. And I just said to the boys, no, I'm going to stay in the living room. I need my own space. I can't. What it is, I love everyone who's here, but I'm so much older than everybody else. I'm like, I need some space, man. I need some space. So yeah, I've got little sofa beds, and I've got the TV in here. So I'm going to put a little Netflix on, and have a little sleep. Have a little sleep now because it's been a long one. Yeah, I did. It was like I was driving. It's really weird. Like, it was a really good flashback for me today. Because went on the same sort of route when we used to go to the French Open. We typically would drive to the French Open with Team GB in a few minibuses or coaches. And I was driving today and I was like, oh my God, I'm now the adult. Because I remember always being driven to places by adults, even when I was 18, 19, 20. And I was like, oh, I've got really old. And it was like, I had to make sure everything was right. and because it's a business trip as well, I had to make sure there was first aid kits in the car and fire extinguishers. I literally went through this checklist for the insurance company of all these things I had to have just so I could have people in the car with me. I'm like, it's a madness. It's busy, man. It's busy. But look, listen, everyone who's tuned in, I want to say thank you. This stream is going to take you through to This Is Football for your show called
El Ahwa.
El Halwa. Yeah, I'll just butcher it if I try and say it, bruv. El Halwa. It won't sound right. Do you know what I mean? Terry, will you vlog England versus Switzerland game? Don't know. We've already got vlogs out. You guys have got to go. We've got a vlog coming out. No, I won't be at the game. I'll be here doing match reactions. That's my job. Everybody else, though, the rest of them will all be going to the game. I'll be staying here because
Together.
match reactions are my job. So it's like I have to. I'm very dedicated to my job. I won't take time off. I don't even take my birthday off. Do you know what I mean? Well hard, me. Listen, everyone who's tuned in, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you in the morning. Peace.